Hey everyone, I'm John from Alpha Gunreview. Today we have a pretty cool article, 12 super small pistols, smaller than your smartphone, but don't let the size fool you. These little guns can pack a punch. I'll guide you from number 12 to number 1, break down each gun's strengths, and see which one might be your next EDC pick. If you enjoy honest, no-nonsense gun reviews, give them a like and subscribe. Let's find out. 12. Seacamp LWS-32. The Seacamp LWS-32 is often considered the OG micro pistol. Chambered in .32 ACP, this tiny gun is built almost like a precision watch. Everything is tight, rugged, and made for serious carry. It's so small and slim that you can disappear it in a deep pocket or ultra-thin holster without thinking twice. Recoil is very manageable thanks to the low power round, and follow-up shots feel smooth if you're practiced. But don't let its polish fool you. Seacamp designed this gun for real-world carry, not just range flicking. The trigger, while not match grade, is solid, clean pull, reliable break, and a reset that works for fast micro shooting. Reliability, though, can be picky. Because of the tiny parts and spring tensions, some users report occasional quirks, especially with weaker ammo. Seacamp is a boutique maker, so parts are tight, quality control is high, but that also means mag capacity is super limited, usually around 6-7 rounds. For self-defense, you'll need to practice, especially on reloads. If concealment is your top priority and you want a pistol that truly disappears, the LWS-32 is one of the best. But make no mistake, carrying such a small gun requires discipline, good holster, quality ammo, and plenty of training. It may not hold the most rounds, but in the right hands, it's a lethal last ditch. 11. Lifecard .22 LR. Next up is the Wildcard, the Lifecard .22 LR. This little folder looks more like a credit card than a pistol, folding out into a micro barrel when you're ready to shoot. Because it's chambered in .22 LR, recoil is whisper quiet, and follow-up shots are surprisingly manageable. But the trade-off is in stopping power. A22 LR is not ideal for deep self-defense scenarios, though it can work in a pinch or as a truly last resort piece. In terms of concealment, the Lifecard wins hands down. When folded, it's thinner than most phones, making it about as pocketable as any gun can get. But durability and reliability can be a concern. Some users note that repeated use strains the fold mechanisms, and proper maintenance is essential to keep it functioning. Aiming is a challenge due to its ultra-compact sights, so you'll want to train carefully to make each shot count. Also, magazine capacity tends to be low. Despite that, the Lifecard stands out for pure portability. If your primary goal is to hide a gun in the slimmest way possible, this is about as extreme as it gets. But don't expect it to rival full-size defensive pistols on raw power. 10. Kimber Micro 9. The Kimber Micro 9 brings Winchester-style confidence into the micro pistol game by chambering in 9M, a round far more potent than .22 or 32 ACP. Despite its diminutive size, this gun offers real defensive-level power. The slide and frame feel solid, and the ergonomic design balances well for a Micro 9M, giving you surprisingly controllable recoil if you're practiced. Trigger pull on the Micro 9 is crisp, though not match grade. It has a short reset, which helps with quick pairs, but your grip has to be deliberate because the grip surface is small. Magazines are compact, so don't expect to carry double-digit capacity, but the trade-off is worth it for the power you get. Reliability is generally good with high-quality 9M self-defense ammo, but because of the small frame, softer or cheap loads may jam more often. As for concealment, it's still very pocketable. or works great in a deep IWB holster. If you want a micro gun that doesn't compromise on defensive power, the Kimber Micro 9 is one of the top picks. Small, potent, and dependable. But you gotta train to tame it. 9. Kel-Tec 32. The Kel-Tec 32 is a classic in the micro pocket pistol world. Chambered in .32 ACP. It's lightweight, slim, and very easily concealed. Ideal for deep pocket or waistband carry. Its small frame, polymer construction, and minimal grip make it a go-to for minimalists. Recoil is mild because of the 32 ACP, but the flip is still present unless you're deliberate with grip. Follow-up shots are doable, but the trigger pull is the area where the P32 makes some compromises. Very long, with noticeable take-up, making fast, accurate pairs more challenging for many shooters. In terms of reliability, the P32 performs well with good brass-cased ammo, but users warn against underpowered or overly light rounds. Mag capacity is low, and the magazines can be finicky. Loading them full can be a struggle. One big advantage: parts are relatively available, and Kel-Tec's pricing is often friendly, so it's a very accessible micro EDC option. For someone who wants a very lightweight classic micro pistol without breaking the bank, P32 remains a solid and proven choice. 8. Kel-Tec P11. The Kel-Tec P11 is interesting because, unlike many micro pistols, it's chambered in 9mm, offering more punch than a 32 or .380, but still being compact. It's not as tiny as some pure micro pistols, but still very concealable, especially for IWB or jacket carry. Recoil is definitely more substantial than smaller calibers, so follow-up shots require solid grip and control. The frame is polymer, but because of the 9mm load, you feel more of the recoil impulse. The trigger is serviceable, not ultra-light, but predictable and consistent for defensive use. Reliability-wise, Kel-Tec has done a decent job. P11s generally behave well with good 9mm defensive ammo. Magazine capacity is competitive for its size. On the downside, the grip is short, so higher capacity magazines stick out or make concealment trickier. If you want a micro-ish gun with real 9mm power, and you're willing to trade off a little bit of size and comfort, the P11 is a really compelling pick. It's not the softest shooting, but it delivers the caliber you want. 7. Kar PM9. The Kar PM9 is a seriously refined micro 9mm. Kar built this one to carry well, shoot well, and not punish you too badly when you're firing +P or hot defensive ammo. The slim, stainless steel slide and polymer frames strike a great balance, durable, concealable, and very practical. Trigger is excellent, very smooth take-up, a clean break, and a short reset. On a Micro 9, that matters a lot, because you want to be able to make follow-up shots without excessive effort or strain. Recoil is manageable for a 9mm, especially in such a small package, though you'll definitely feel it more than you would with a 32 or .380. Reliability is strong as long as you run quality 9mm loadings. Kar pistols are known for being picky about ammo, so testing different rounds is key. The magazine capacity is modest, but enough for a micro EDC piece. For daily carry, the PM9 is top tier. Ultra-compact 9mm, smooth trigger, and built-in quality. If you care about performance and concealability, this is one of the best compromises you can make. 6. Beretta 3032. Tomcat. The Beretta 3032. Tomcat is a micro pistol with a nostalgic feel. Chambered in .32 ACP, it features Beretta's signature tip-up barrel, which makes loading very easy. Perfect for shooters who may not want to rack a super light slide. That tip-up design is a big deal in the micro world, It simplifies loading and clears jams more intuitively. Handling is very pocketable, though because of that tip-up barrel and short grip, follow-up shots can be slower compared to fixed-barrel micro-pistols. Recoil stays mild, given the caliber, and the ergonomics favor retention and concealment over speed. Trigger is decent, not super refined, but consistent enough for defensive use. Effective capacity is limited. Mags are short and hold only a few rounds, which is a trade-off for how compact the Tomcat is. Reliability is generally very good, especially with decent brass-cased .32 ACP rounds. And because it's Beretta, parts and service are more accessible than boutique micro makers. If you like a micro pocket gun with a classic Beretta feel and the convenience of tip-up barrel, the Tomcat is hard to beat. 5. Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 Bodyguard 2.0. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 380 ACP is a standout micro pistol that feels way more shootable than most in its size class. Striker-fired now, with a flat-face trigger, it offers a clean take-up and a surprisingly crisp break. With the grip angle and ergonomics tuned for carry, it points naturally and helps control recoil much better than you'd expect from a tiny 380. Capacity isn't bad. It comes with a 10-round flush mag and a 12-round extended mag. Very generous for a micro gun. The slide has aggressive serrations, making it easier to rack, and the size is compact enough for true deep concealment. On the range, many have praised the Bodyguard 2.0 for its surprisingly low felt recoil, making it almost fun to shoot for a carry gun. However, not everything is perfect. Some users report real-world reliability quirks depending on ammo, especially early on. Also, the small frame demands precise grip. Poor grip or limp wristing can lead to feed or ejection issues. But the ergonomics, trigger, and capacity make this one of the most balanced micro pistols for defensive carry. If you want a micro gun that actually defends you rather than just sits in your pocket, the Bodyguard 2.0 is absolutely one of the top contenders. It's not just cute, it's seriously capable. 4. Ruger LCP-2. The Ruger LCP-2 is an evolution of one of the most iconic micro-pocket pistols, the LCP, chambered in by 380 ACP. The LCP-2 brings a better trigger, enhanced reliability, and more shootability, while staying tiny enough to vanish in your pocket. The trigger is far more refined than the original LCP, shorter take-up, crisper break, and a noticeably more consistent reset. That helps when you're trying to put together quick strings of fire or controlled follow-up shots. Recoil is snappy, but manageable. The lightness of the gun means you'll feel the impulse, but with good grip, you can tame it. On reliability, the LCP-2 is solid with quality defensive ammo. Magazines are typical for its size, and while capacity isn't huge, it's enough for a micro EDC gun. As for concealment, it's very effective, super slim, easy to carry, and compatible with a wide variety of holsters. For someone who wants a reliable 380 micro pistol, but doesn't want to sacrifice shootability or trigger feel, the LCP-2 is a smart choice. It balances size, power, and control better than most micro guns in its class. 3. Sig Sauer P 238. When someone says Micro 1911, they often mean the Sig Sauer P 238, chambered in .380 ACP and styled like a classic 1911. This pistol brings elegance and function into a carry-friendly package. The grip, though small, offers a familiar slim 1911 feel, and it points very naturally. Trigger pull is very good. like a mini 1911, with a satisfying break and solid reset. Recoil is mild for .380 thanks to the weight and design, but because it's so small, you'll still feel the impulse. Follow-up shots are relatively smooth once you've practiced, but you'll want to work on grip discipline. Reliability is generally excellent. With the right ammo, SIG made this for real use, not just looks. Capacity is modest, but enough for concealed carry. The P238 is about as classic as a micro 1911 gets, and its build quality is top-notch. If you want a pocket pistol that carries with style, shoots like a classic single action, and has proven pickup and shoot reliability, the P238 is a gorgeous, functional micro. 2. Ruger LCP Max. The Ruger LCP Max is the heavy hitter of micro pistols in terms of capacity. Despite being very compact, it holds a lot of rounds, often much more than you'd expect from a pocket rocket. This makes it a go-to for EDC carry when you want both concealability and serious firepower. Recoil is snappy, especially when the gun is fully loaded, but the frame and grip design help mitigate that. For a micro pistol with a high capacity, the LCP Max feels impressively controllable once you get used to its balance. The trigger is serviceable, with a decent break and reset that allows for follow-up shots. However, like many micro pistols, the short grip and compact frame mean you have to pay attention to how you hold it. Poor grip makes a big difference. Reliability is very good with quality defensive ammo. And because of its popularity, mags and parts are more available than many boutique micro guns. If capacity is your top priority without stepping up to a full-size carry gun, the LCP Max is hard to beat. 1. SIG Sauer P365. Claiming the top spot is the SIG Sauer P365, and for good reason. This micro pistol is a legend in the concealed carry world. Chambered in 9mm, it packs serious punch for its size, with flush magazines that already exceed what many full-size pistols offered just a few years ago. The P365 gives real defensive capability in a micro frame. Recoil is surprisingly tame given the firepower, and follow-up shots are very manageable. The trigger is crisp, and SIG's design makes the reset short enough to put pairs on target reliably. The grip is small but comfortable, and many users find they can get a near full grip, which helps control shots under stress. Reliability is excellent across a wide variety of 9mm defensive ammo. This is not a gun, you baby. Magazines are available in multiple capacities, and the ecosystem holsters, parts, upgrades is huge, making the P365 incredibly practical for EDC. If you want one micro pistol that does it all, concealment, firepower, shootability, and real-world defensive potential, the P365 is hands down the top pick. It's what many professionals and serious carriers rely on as a daily CCW. Alright, that wraps up our list of 12 micro pistols. I want to hear from you. Which one would you carry, and why? Leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss more deep dive reviews from Alpha Gun Review. Stay safe, stay smart, and carry responsibly. I'll see you in the next one.